James Harden will be traded very soon, or at least that's what the reports say. Today, we'll take a look at where things stand as well as everything you need to know from Sixers training camp day 4.
Perfect.
What is up, everybody? RB here. Welcome into Philly Take with RB. You know the drill. Drop a like on the video, comment down below, subscribe, ring the bell. Don't miss any of the coverage. We are continuing to bring you this constant, consistent coverage. All I ask for is a like, man, and you guys have been killing it in the comment section, so appreciate everybody being along for the journey. And guess what? The Sixers start in a couple weeks. We'll have game coverage. We have a lot of big things in store. I'm telling you, ring the bell. Don't miss any of the coverage. Right now, we are on Harden watch. Oh, by the way, the Sixers actually play a game in a couple days. Today was day 4 of camp, the final day there in Colorado, and they have a preseason game against the Celtics in a couple days. Unfortunately, I won't be able to cover it live because I'll be covering the Eagles on A to Z Sports Philly. Check them out on YouTube, but we'll do some type of post game or next day recap or whatever, and we'll have a lot of preseason coverage coming up. But we are on Harden watch, ladies and gentlemen. James Harden watch. The latest reports make it feel like he is going to get moved, in my opinion, maybe in the next 48 to 72 hours. Could it happen? Will it happen? Give me your thoughts down below. Give me your predictions. We'll look at the recent updates, the final kind of trade offers as of right now. We'll talk about if it makes sense. Would you go out and trade James Harden for Terrance Mann and 2 first-round picks, or a first-rounder and a pick swap? What is your ultimate trade package? Give me your thoughts down below. And I just want to say, man, it's been so funny seeing all these Harden stands out there, you know, trying to defend this, and that. I told you he was coming back to camp. He was trapped in a corner. He had to. But based off what we're seeing, man, you know, I mean, a deal is most likely still going to happen. He said it himself for us to hear. You know, I will never play for Daryl Morey again. There's a reason he said that. He meant it, but his agent probably told him, hey, James, you got to show up to training camp. And I give him credit. He's come the last couple of days. He's been professional, great. But a trade is probably still imminent, unless somehow Daryl and James go out to a nice dinner, maybe to the club, and they resolve this, right? But I do want to point this out, man. So I looked at this Sixers page, and let's start off with this, right? They post this picture. It says immaculate vibes, but let's take a little zoom in. There's James Harden. He looks happy. Is he happy? He's smiling. Look at Danny Green cheesing, Jaden, Tyrese. James Harden, though, he never had a problem with the players, right? It's with the front office. This is just such an awkward dynamic. Like, he's there practicing hard, running with the ones today, and he's smiling. He's happy. But imagine Daryl Morey comes down the steps or whatever into practice. James is like, I'm not looking your way. I'm not looking your way. This is a crazy thing. And, like, all the players are cool, which is different from the Ben Simmons situation, because before it was like, okay, everybody was on the same page. They all hated him. Now there's like a back and forth conflict. Like, who do you side with? I don't know. It must be awkward, man. But anyway, here is a video from Sixers practice today, right? We've been talking about movement, ball movement. Look at this, man. Look at these passes. Trying not to get too fired up, but yo, I'm getting fired up. I'm ready to run through a brick wall. Look at that. Look at that. Swing, swing, swing. Out to the corner, splash. Give me that all day. Everybody involved in the offense, things are clicking, guys are moving. Sixers put this out as well. Here's PJ and Joel smiling. PJ's been minding his business, right? P's and Q's. PJ don't care. He's there making his $10 million. He's chilling. But speaking of PJ Tucker, could he actually be involved in a trade? Here was the latest from the Clippers last night. And from Shams Charania, he says, the Sixers will work on a trade of the 10-time All-Star out of Philly. And when you look at the landscape around the league, the Clippers and Heat are expected to emerge in the process. I don't see any way he goes to Miami. I mean, that would be a pretty bad rebound from Dame, in my opinion. James Harden and Miami probably don't, sound like the perfect match. But we know the Clippers want him. We know they have tried to make continual offers. At one point, they shut it down. But now they're looking at their team in camp. They're saying, we may as well go trade for James. Bring him with Kawhi, PG, and get it done. The question is, what will Daryl Morey accept? I've told you, I've said it many times, he will not trade him unless he gets what he wants. That is a certain. I don't even need to tell you that. Daryl Morey, look at his track history. Until he gets what he wants, he's not accepting a trade. And it's come down to Terrance Mann. The Clippers don't want to trade him, but now they're starting to offer some more compensation. James Harden remains hopeful of joining the Clippers, per Sam Amick, right? He's been trying to demand it to that one situation. The Clippers, league sources say, are going to great lengths to make it happen. League sources say the Clippers have been talking to several teams about ways to move pick swaps, so they're trying to add in more draft compensation, right? And my question to you out there is, okay, if the Sixers can get Terrance Mann, but they go get 2 first-round picks, or they get a first-rounder unprotected and a pick swap, are you doing that trade? Because honestly, at this point, we know the Sixers will still be competitive. Sure, they may not be championship level, but if you can get some draft capital, especially for a team that is lacking it severely, I start to think that's a really good deal. Now, of course, I would love a guy like Norman Powell to be thrown in that trade, right? A great role player who could really fit around Joel and Tyrese, etc. But if this is the final deal, and let me tell you, you don't want to hold Harden 2 months into the season where he's unhappy, doesn't want to be here, still wants to go to LA, because then it's just going to get ugly. And then I don't think any team's going to, want to trade for him. He's upping his value right now. He's out there at practice. He's working. He's trying to show, okay, look, trade me to the Clippers. Okay. This might have to be what you settle for. And it is what it is. Obviously, Terrance Mann is a downgrade from James Harden, but getting that draft capital, I think, would be huge for this team moving forward. This came out from The Athletic earlier. Right now, the Clippers are offering a package including an unprotected first and a pick swap. Philly, for its part, values Terrance Mann and multiple first rounders. Hey, if they can get multiple firsts, I'm happy. But speaking of James Harden, we'll just have to wait and see. Nick Nurse said that James Harden today went through everything in practice, like we saw earlier on the clip. He was with the ones. He was working with the ones. And here is James Harden after practice. Now, I'm starting to think there's a little bit of the reporters are looking at me, the cameras are on me. Someone cue the Rocky music. James Harden running up the steps. My boy's getting in shape. Daryl Morey probably copied and forwarded this to the Clippers front office. Says, you see, man, he's getting in shape. You might want to throw in that extra first in 2027. You might want to throw in that extra unprotected first. Look at him. He's skinny. He's moving. Right? He's chopping off some of that dead weight. You might want this guy, James Harden. So there he is running the steps. Look, he's walking back down. Is this an act or is this legit, man? What do you guys think? And there's so many people out there that keep saying I'm hating on James Harden. Look, I'm here to cover the team, nimwits. I'm here to cover the team. If you're going to sit here and fantasize over a player, you can do that. I've been here covering his team. The same thing happened with Ben Simmons. I'm going to talk about what's best for the team. All right? And the best thing is to get as much value as you can, because I just listened to what James Harden said. He doesn't want to be in Philadelphia. He's putting on a great act. He's out here balling. Appreciate it. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. I mean, if it could be repaired, that'd be great. I just don't see a way. Anyway, it is nice to see James Harden here. Shout out to Tim Bontemps capturing this. Tyrese Maxey going through some drills. We know Harden and Maxey are still close. We know he's been a great mentor to Tyrese Maxey. And they're with Sixers' new assistant coach, Rico Hines, after practice. And here they are running through some pick and roll drills. When Harden's gone, Maxey is going to have to bear a lot of that weight as sometimes the primary ball handler, probably most of the time. He's going to have to bring the ball down the floor. Look at Maxey popping out, working on that pick and roll. Here's James Harden. And again, James Harden is so damn good at that two-man game. He's just going to get to his spots so easily. Right now he's working. These other guys are probably not asking him many questions. They're just going with the business and seeing how it plays out. But nice to see James and Tyrese working there. There was another clip where James was kind of going at it with Maxey in terms of shooting some deep threes. He was stepping back to the logo, and that's just kind of how Camp Day 4 went. We're not really getting a lot of footage from, some of the ancillary pieces. We're just really getting James Harden because that's the biggest story, and, Tyrese. We still haven't got a lot of Joel Embiid either, other than a few things, but that's where it's at. And lastly, I want to end it off with one of my favorite quotes so far from training camp, and that is from the newest Sixer, Kelly Oubre. They asked him, about fitting in with this team, the offense, etc. He says, I don't see myself fitting in. I see myself standing out. I might have to put that on a damn shirt. That is awesome. That is amazing. No, I'm not fitting in. I'm not doing this. I'm going to stand out. I'm going to make things happen. That is the confidence and the swagger of a guy like Kelly Oubre, of a guy like Pat Bev, etc. Some of the pieces you brought into this team. Look, I hope Kelly Oubre has a role. I think he's going to be fighting for a spot, and I think Nick Nurse is going to put the best talent out there every single night. So far, it seems like these guys are working. A couple guys, even including Oubre today, said that this was probably the best camp they've ever had. Danny Green said it was the hardest camp, even harder than the Raptors back in 2018. Nurse has these guys moving, getting in shape, playing different roles, learning more of the game and how to be a more versatile piece. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So as of right now, we're in wait and see mode. We're on Harden watch. When will it happen? Will it be in the next 24 hours, 48, 72? Maybe it doesn't happen at all. But I'm starting to feel like, okay, the Clippers are building up. They're building some anticipation. They want to get them in during camp. We'll just have to play the waiting game and see how it goes. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.